radius here. You know what I mean? Just because there could be a lot of rotation doesn't necessarily mean there has to be a lot of travel. You know what I mean? So like for example, if I start off here, watch all the ways that I'm going to orient myself. You see how I'm squaring up with her? I'm going to do as much as I can to consistently stay square with her because that's what it takes to have an effective lead. But watch how much I travel in the feet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? So even though I'm maintaining my orientation with her, how much am I traveling?
Yeah, you got to move much.
I think of like a baby anchor. You know what I mean? I send her out, I bring her back. And the easiest way to remember that, I think, it's always easier to hit a stationary target. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do anything. That's what I want. I mean, I was there the whole time.
Were you making your steps?
Yeah. I mean, I could do this too. We keep dancing.
She's doing it.
It's really bossy, isn't it?
And I just think it's funny that every question you get, you stare at it. See with you, you drop in the heel. When you drop the heel, it's over. Ball of the foot. Because like the ball of the foot projects me forward. Okay. Wow, game. That was better. 1, 2, 3, ball of the foot. Good. See how it's like way more controlled?
Well, that's it. You were saying ball of the foot earlier, but I didn't realize that maybe it was going in one ear and out the other.
Just what your mind went back or something.
No, I didn't realize it was right there when I go back. That's why it looks the way it does, because I use my heel.
Yeah.
And that puts me back like this.
That's normal.
Instead of the ball.
That's the normal with just about every day. Well, let me ask you this. Like, as far as swing goes, we could spend all the time on more about swing, guys. This is one dance guaranteed you can use anywhere and everywhere you go. So I'm not saying the time on this, but is there anything else we want to touch on while you're here?
No, I think that's enough for one day.
I'm just waiting. There's a lot of time.
I mean,
I have a question, Jason.
Yes.
Very first week, you know, we were in that box stuff.
Yeah.
And we got out of the box and back in the box.
Yeah.
Is that a dance in itself, or is something built on that?
Rumba? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. When it comes to a majority of the rhythm dances, okay, you have your. I'm always going to teach you the basic step, okay? The basic step is like the brick foundation to the house. It's like the chassis for the car. It's what the dance is built on. You always have to have your base. The basic is the base. You follow? There are a few dances that don't technically have a basic. Like, for example, swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rock, step. After I do this, there's a million other things that I can do, but eventually it all comes back to, I'm always coming back to like my home base, you know what I mean? It's the same with rumba. I have my box and I have my side together, forward, side together, back. You know what I mean? This is like my staple step. It doesn't matter what I do. I mean, I can go out and do whatever it is that I want to do. You know what I mean? But eventually, I always come back. Yeah. So that's what everything's built on. I mean, if you're really good, yeah, I can go a whole dance without using basic at all, but it's all built on that.
So that's what that box step
Yeah.
lead up to.
Yeah, like for example, if I'm out social dancing, I don't know you, you don't know me, you gotta be technical, You're there to have a good time and enjoy yourself. I have no idea what you know, so what benefit is it to me to just try and blast you through everything that I know, you know what I Okay, nice to meet you. Maybe I'll sneak into that side step, maybe I won't. But again, because you have a partner, you know, you guys are naturally going to be on the inside edge of the curve. You're going to go learn faster, you always have a partner. But if I had no idea who you were, you know what I mean, I would, that's it. That's enough to cover your basic needs. I mean, if you want to get a jail, I love them, but I really want to just, you know, anything wrong with this one, then we can build more on it. But I think what I showed you is about the social. That's what I'm doing for that show. Yeah.
And you teaching somebody who hasn't danced before. Yeah. How much time have you spent there?
I think our first meeting was like the last week of September.
About the same time we started.
Yeah, and we've met like once a week or once or twice a week or like since then.
I haven't remembered that much.
Yeah.
Sharing pretty good.
She's decent. Well, it's not that she's never necessarily had technical lessons, but you know, she's been to places like that, so it's not that she's clueless on it. So.
Well, we thought there was a DJ at Kuzman's Friday night after dinner. We went, and it was a two-piece group, two-piece kind of country woman and shrill voice. And, there wasn't very many people there. I mean, I told her after, in hindsight, the next day, I said, we probably should have stayed. We probably should have tried to dance a little next time, next week or whatever we will.
Yeah, I will admit this. If you're going to get into the dance world, you have to be receptive to subjecting yourself to a little offbeat individuals.
I'm sure, you know, and it's not that, it's just, you know, if we can practice this swing, I can do the other two. I can dance a little bit, you know.
Sure. What next?
I don't know. Maybe go.
Do you want to touch base on anything besides swing?
Yeah. We got a few minutes. I mean, I told when we did the foxtrot and the you know, the only time the only time I put her in this is when we would be doing a directional move, or is there? I want to spin her around a lot.
I get this.
And is there?
Well, even though this
Is that? And she indicated to me the other day. She said she thought that was a waltz, not.
well, if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So remember what we're talking about?
Sure.
Okay, well, if we do that, we pass similar, and we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's different timing. 1, 2, 3.
Is that what would be in these walks?
3, 1. Similar, yeah. It's just a
That
different
is
flow.
so
and a different
beautiful
time.
when people do that.
It's, yeah, it's really nice. So instead of 1, 2, hold, 1, so that hold is usually meant to get this going, you know, the wiggle and whatever. Now, even timing, you don't have time for that. It's just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
So you take your.
And you take your steps. And then eventually, like you see the people at A1, they don't close their feet at all, and then you start moving.
What is that? A waltz?
Yeah. That is open and left and right turns. But foxtrot getting started, there's not a ton of turns until you get, like, for example, 1, 2, 3. But I don't know if we're quite there just yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want. I mean, eventually we'll get there. No. I mean, that's down the road. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, if you like that stuff, that also explains the importance of knowing your directions. Because that's all for nothing. You're slamming into other people. You know what I mean? Like, for example, you get ready to do your turn That's why I talk a lot about making sure you know how to negotiate the floor.
Right.
Just like we were talking about swing though, the same rule is going to apply here. I have my closed position. Anytime we've got two hands on each other in some kind of fashion or face to face for the most part, closed position. Okay? Now, if we're like this is our promenade position. This is our promenade. Well, 99 times out of 100, the nose follows the toe. So, you know, we're leading this way, we're going to go this way. So we can go walk, walk, and together. And if you notice, same little thumb with swing, you notice when we hit each other this closer, we go walk, walk, and together we go 1, 2, and together 1, 2. Whatever we want to do that.
Yeah, we've done that. Right?
Yeah, that was I think that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the reason for this, with those slot dances swing, you're not going anywhere, you're not traveling. So we're not worried about it. These dances, you know what I mean? The part of the steering wheel, this will be the bigger. Yeah, this is my steering wheel, essentially.
Well, too, and you would pay fine. I mean, they're all down the ground. So
Yeah, I know that's what we're doing in like 3 minutes. Few times I got it. Jason said you guys want to do 3 minutes. And my heart. Yeah, basically they do. Well, here's the thing. Once you get past your basic steps, slow, slow, quick, quick. I introduce you to 2 things. Here's line of dance. Remember line of dance? That's just a fancy way of saying what?
the way you're heading.
Perfect. Now, once you master the basic and the promenade, and you keep on the floor, not standing into everybody, we have diagonal center, which is angling like a 45 to the inside of the floor, and you have diagonal wall, angling 45 to the outside of the wall. Most things will come from 2 positions. Both the left turns come from diagonal center. We can go forward side back, or forward side together. Here's forward and together, or we can go forward and back. So that's one way to do it. Or everything else comes from the twinkle position, which is the diagonal wall. The twinkle, sorry, that's not very many to say, but a twinkle is at the box that has a promenade. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, just like the box I showed you, we go 1, 2, 3. And then it puts us into all kinds of advanced figures we can do from the twinkle position. But for the most part, what people do is they used to instead of closing the feet, they go 3 and then they go down, right? Look familiar? I'm sorry, I just have a real pet peeve with people. They just buy this instructional, they find this instructional ball on DVD, one on the cracker jack box, and next thing you know, they're trying to teach people, and then you go to A1 and like, do it, check it out.
Yeah, okay, I was going to
No, it's kind of like but I just like I always try to tell people, don't let that intimidate you because realistically you're doing like 3 or 4 things. And you get like 90 days inside of the world, not being impressed. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, practice swing is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're correct. Really what it comes down to now is repetition and practice. I mean, if you can dance out, great. The swing is also something, you know, you can do in a kitchen, living room, just depending on what kind of floor you're on. Yeah. For practice purposes, make sure you're giving yourself time. And just because you know 5-step doesn't have to mean it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So we started out earlier in the week last week, and the first night was virtually all basic. Maybe a couple turns, but it was just, you know, the more we dance together, the more, well, not with like 2 people who don't know how to dance together.
What's that?
It's like, you want to dance together, I want people to do so much like what you do.
Okay.
Any other questions, concerns, comments, complaints?
Right. You're all good.
got,
Yeah, we look forward to this summer.
there's a lot to learn. I can see that. You said job security. And I know, you know, even unless it's later in the evening, I mean, the swing you can dance around. I mean, if it's a crowded dance floor, there's not going to be a lot of foxtrot going on.
Sure.
You're going to be doing something in and around the box if it's a slow and dance, and if it's anything else, you're going to